Well, we are going to move into our fast breakdown. Ladies and gentlemen, this is when we talk about every game that happened last night. We're going to quickly run through the box score. We're going to quickly run through the plus minuses. And don't forget the box plus minus as well. We're going to talk about all these good things that happened in all the games. And ultimately, we'll talk about the team standings, who won, who lost, all that good stuff, who bought out. So the first game I got for you is the Milwaukee Bucks going to Cleveland and getting a L. Giannis only played 13 minutes. He got hurt, calf injury. We can speak into that as well. But as of right now, the Bucks are 8-7. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 10-5 after beating the Bucks by a score of 118-106. In this game, I just mentioned Giannis only played 13 minutes. And Ryan Rollins had a pretty good game, 24 points, 5 assists. The Bucks, it's really about it. They had a few people that scored in double digits. Everybody in their starting lineup scored in double digits. Bobby Portis and Gary Trent off the bench scored in double digits as well. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, no Darius Garland, but they got the job done. In large part behind Donovan Mitchell, who is continuing his scoring run that he's on right now. 37 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Evan Mobley, only 14 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. But nonetheless, the Cleveland Cavaliers took care of business. Anything on this game, fellas?
Yeah, what's going on with Evan Mobley? Why does he have 6 turnovers?
Because
he doesn't have Darius Garland to spoon feed him.
Not only does he not have Darius Garland to spoon feed him, they also put him in space with the basketball where he just doesn't look comfortable. That handle looks gangly. I have to, Ron, I think I have to start accepting the fact that maybe Evan Mobley isn't the 4-man that I want him to be. Maybe he's just more of a finesse big. Because I want him to be more of a forceful big. And that's just not he is. And that's not who he is. Ox, I think he's more of a face-up big. I think he's a guy who, if you get him on a box, 6-7 feet away from the rim, he's facing up and going by guys. He's not a back down big. That handle is wide. It's gangly. It just doesn't seem sharp. I think he's more of a catch and shoot big on the wing. If he's putting the ball on the floor, he's putting the ball on the floor. It should be one dribble, pull up. If he's got a smaller guy on him, he's not a bruising big more than he is just a finesse big. And I think I have to start accepting that more, that's who he is. But on the defensive end, that's probably why he is what he is in terms of switching, in terms of getting on the glass, because he can play that way, but he also can play finesse too. So I think I have to start accepting him for being exactly that. And I will tell you this, guys, again, like I said all season, Donovan Mitchell is the best 2 guard in the game, and I'm not coming off that hill. He is the best 2 guard in the game. The way he shoots the basketball, the way he gets these guys involved. That Milwaukee Bucks team, don't let that box score fool you, Ron. Them dudes play defense. They do a great job getting around screens. Them dudes do a great job at blowing up plays. But I think that the way that Donovan Mitchell shot the ball yesterday and the way that Porter shot the ball yesterday, I thought that really helped that offense because they were struggling. I think I was in the third quarter. We had a back and forth game. It was like 78-75, 75-70. We had a back and forth game, and that was largely because Cole Anthony was fighting over screens. Not just Cole Anthony. Trent was actually doing a really good job in blowing up plays. I just think that at the end, Milwaukee without Giannis, because they rely on him so much in terms of their offense, in terms of him getting buckets and him opening up the floor for them so much, they just ran out of gas and they didn't have enough. But I mean, this Cleveland team, they the real deal. They are.
So they were
fellas as of
with Giannis, just to let you know, like this was heading in the wrong direction for Cleveland when Giannis was still playing.
Speaking of Giannis, he suffered a groin strain yesterday.
Yeah,
on his left leg, a left groin strain. He will undergo an MRI today, and that will kind of determine the extent of his injury. So we don't really know just yet how severe it is, if it is severe, but we'll know by today, and we'll speak into that and, keep you guys updated on that. But moving on to the next game, we have the Indiana Pacers, who are 1-13 now.
Garbage.
Who got beat up on by the Pistons, who are 12-2 now. So this is literally the top of the East feeding on the bottom of the East. I want to talk about the Pacers a little bit. And we've spoken on the Pistons, but I would like to talk about them a little bit as well. Before we get into that, the score of the game was 127 to 112. In case you don't know, now you do know, Jalen Duren is on pace to get that MIP and potentially be an all-star. Jalen Duren last night had 31 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 12 of 13 from the field. Mm-hmm. And he's just been a force this season. And the biggest thing is they got this win, and Jalen Duren balled out. No Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham sat out. I want to shout out to Dennis Jenkins. He has been balling this season. And in the games that Cade hasn't played, he stepped in and played phenomenally. Mars, was a plus 23 last night, led the team, had 26 points, 8 assists in 33 minutes. He got busy. Also, shout out to Javonte Green off the bench. He had 20 points for the Pistons. As for the Pacers, Pascal Siakam, he did what he does best. Got buckets, 29 points, 7 rebounds. Shout out Isaiah Jackson, too, at center, 16 points, 10 rebounds. And Benedict Mathurin, 25 points. But it wasn't nowhere close to enough for the Pacers. Also, Benedict Mathurin, you got put on a poster by Jalen Duren last night. That was nasty.
Ron,
how are we feeling about the Pacers
Duren,
and the Pistons?
Just happy birthday to Jalen Duren.
What is he, 22 today, Moss?
Yep.
22 today. Ron, can we talk about how good Tyrese Haliburton is? Can we do that now, please?
Because we talk about how good Dennis Jenkins is?
The reason why I want to talk about how good Tyrese Haliburton is because this is the same Indiana team last year, January 1, up until the NBA championship. They were the best team in the league. They're at the bottom of the league in almost everything, particularly offensively. They're at the bottom of. You can fight that all you want, Penn. They're at the bottom of the league in transition.
You don't need
same team is
disingenuous
shaky
as hell. First of all, they're missing Aaron Nesmith right now. They have been missing a lot of players. Chill.
They've been
okay,
the most.
You realize their starting center is in Milwaukee right now, right? You do see that. Like, look, I am all for Tyrese Haliburton getting a lot of respect. I feel like he took a lot of disrespect on this channel, and I'm happy for him to get his flowers. But we are not going to try to present that Tyrese Haliburton is the difference between the finals and the basement of the Eastern Conference. No, he is not.
They're also
no, he is not
tanking at this point.
They are actively trying to lose games.
So they're actively tanking. Their team has been decimated with injuries beyond Tyrese Haliburton. Yes, Tyrese Haliburton is immensely impactful. Yes. But to portray it as, Tyrese Haliburton is the difference between Game 7 of the NBA Finals and the worst team in the NBA.
Which is I'm not trying to do that. Okay, let's get to the bottom of that right now. I'm not trying to do that. It might sound like I'm trying to do that. So let's get to the bottom of that right now. Tyrese Haliburton, when he's with this group, their offense is immensely better. When he's with this group, they play with a faster pace. They get better shots. They get more quality looks. They are more efficient when Tyrese Haliburton is on the floor. That's not my opinion. That is a fact. I understand the fact.
No, they're playing faster this season than they did last year.
And they actually, I think they lead the league in turnovers this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe,
or if they don't lead the league in turnovers, I think they second.
I'd assume it's Utah because
something like that. With that being said, right? With that being said, with Tyrese Haliburton out of the lineup, they're at the bottom of the league offensively and a lot of that stuff. And I understand that they've been injured, Moss. I can appreciate that because we need Nesmith, who has also been, for all intents and purposes, he can be a bit of a detriment on defense because he fouls a lot. But when he is playing, he does give them quality minutes. But I'm not going to sit here and act like that offensive engine, I'm going to say it one more time, that offensive engine that they have in Tyrese Haliburton isn't huge for what they were doing last season. And the fact that they're at the bottom of the Eastern Conference has a lot to do with the fact that Tyrese Haliburton is not on the floor.
Sure.
A lot to do with them tanking, Tyrese Haliburton, and being hurt. They're also 7th in the league in turnovers, so it's actually not that bad. But Obi Toppin has barely played. Benedict Mathurin has barely played. TJ McConnell has barely played. Andrew Nembhard has barely played. They lost their starting center as well. And they lost Tyrese Haliburton. And they're also tanking. Yes, all of that in culmination leads to a team that stinks. But it's a lot more than just Tyrese Haliburton. But I do agree, yes, Tyrese Haliburton is immensely impactful. I think the only person who's fought against that is Jordan. And I think he's backstage now. So that's actually incredible timing. But I think we all agree.
Dredgy in the house.
How impactful.
What up, Dredgy?
Yeah, I heard you say Donovan Mitchell was the best 2 guard, and I had to hurry up and rush on. So my bad, I'm late.
Yes, sir.
You sure it's what up, Drenchy now?
Yeah,
what up,
I had
Drench?
to hurry up and
My
rush.
boy, this is my man Drench. What up, Drench?
Hey, I had to hurry up and rush on, man. I'm like, what the hell did you just say?
One more time. Donovan Mitchell is the best 2 guard in the game today, November 25. Donovan Mitchell is the best 2 guard in the game. I stand on that.
Shit.
Yes, sir. Best 2 guard in the game. Mm-hmm.
Oh, then y'all want to bring up this bullshit ass super chat when I'll come on. He did do some crazy shit last night. He did
nice last night.
He went through tween.
He went through, double tween.
Please do that shit in the playoffs.
Double tween, Morris. Not just double tween into the pull-up. Stop.
He did some
over the right
bullshit,
shoulder. Come back.
No, it wasn't bullshit, Drench. Don't do that.
Please
Don't do that,
shit in the
Drench.
playoffs. Please
Man,
do that
respect
shit.
the bag work, man. Respect
Please.
the bag work.
Do that.
Cool with me. Please do that shit in the playoffs. If he gonna do it in the playoffs, let him. Hey, man, it's cool, man.
But fellas,
the ball handling is a real thing. It 100% is. Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
No, I just want to say 10-game win streak. Detroit Pistons.
Last time that was going on was in 2008, and they were in the East Finals. That for the 5th straight year, by the way, they were in the East Finals. That's what the way that they play, the way that the Pistons play basketball is conducive to winning, especially to your point, Mars, about Indiana having guys in and out of the lineup. If you think about Detroit, who has had, with the exception of Indiana, who has had more guys in and out of the lineup than Detroit? If you think about what they've got, so no Duran, no Ivy. Karis LeVert just came back.
Tobias Harris.
Stewart. The goddamn Clippers. Shit. Y'all just don't count Kawhi no more.
But Kawhi, yeah, but
maybe more guys. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's number one. We're talking about more guys. And in the words of Chris Rock, Drenchy, if you get hit by a car and you're 75 years old, you died of old age. You old. That's why.
Yeah, you got hit by a car. I don't know what the
hell. You know why you got hit? You know why you got hit by a car? Because you old. You couldn't get out the way. You could have got out the way if you was 35. I bet you that.
Motherfuckers that get hit by a car.
You couldn't get out the way because you old. So the point is that the Clippers are old. That's the point. With that being said, this Detroit Pistons team, with having as many guys as that they have out of the lineup and still be able to supplement and get wins, that's a big deal for this group. And I gotta give Coach Bickerstaff a lot of credit for what he's been doing with this group, keeping these guys engaged, using his lineups correctly, keeping Jenkins on the floor and getting Jenkins involved in the offense. The unfortunate thing is that when Ivy comes back, when Toby comes back, when Karis LeVert gets back acclimated to what's going on, because he just got back in the lineup, that's going to affect Jenkins' minutes, because I think he's really helped them.
I mean, he's on a 2-way. I think he's on a 2-way anyway.
Chill, I think they're ripping that up, though.
To answer your question from the perspective of dollars lost to injury, so it matters, right? It matters that your minimum guys out versus your max players out. Dollars lost to injury this season: number 1, Dallas; number 2, Indiana; number 3, Lakers; number 4, Miami; number 5, Philly; number 6, New Orleans; number 7, Cleveland; number 8, Charlotte; number 9, Boston; number 10, OKC; number 11, San Antonio; and number 12, Detroit.
I didn't.
Yeah, but why does that matter though? Why is dollars? Why does that matter?
Yeah, because that would suggest that like the Suns were decimated by injuries because Bradley Beal missed a lot of time last year, and it's like Bradley Beal just.
But that's different because Bradley Beal is aggressively bad. Kyrie Irving is not aggressively bad.
Aggressively bad, like a virus.
Well, no, you can't manipulate that stat, and then when somebody give you pushback, you manipulate it again. Like,
but that's not manipulating.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's not perfection, Jordan.
We understand guys are.
It is manipulated because who's going dollars dollars.
Okay, so what's a better stat, Jordan? If you say players games lost to injury.
Yeah, without putting the money in there, because just because I don't make $50 million, like if I get injured, like for example, your point you made earlier about Mamu being under for the minimum, if he's hurt, that's detrimental to the Raptors. Like
I agree, but Mamu is an outlier.
Made $50 million they hurt rather than
this is Jordan. This is what I don't get. When someone is trying to make a point, it doesn't make a point. You don't make a better point by pointing to the outlier. So if I say dollars lost to injury, yes, the average max player is an impactful player. Bradley Beal was not. The average minimum player sucks. Mamu
but at the same
These are
time, Kyrie Irving
exceptions.
was lost last year. Like for you to add that to the Mavericks this year, or doesn't really matter.
But he's
like,
missing games this year.
But we knew he was going to be hurt before the season started. Why does that matter?
Because the question was, who's been more decimated by injuries?
No, who's been in and out of the lineup the most? That was the question. Not who
was that the question? Who's been more in and out
That's
of the lineup?
That's what I asked who had been in and out of the lineup more than Detroit. That's what I had.
Yeah, the dollars doesn't matter at all.
So the dollars don't matter to you, Cho? This was not.
Number one, I didn't even know that was a stat.
Kyrie was never in.
I didn't even know that was a stat. That's news to me. Like the dollars, like we counting dollars.
No, I remember he brought up last year.
And I do understand, Penn, to your point,
when they just got Brandon Ingram, and I was like, oh, okay, so I see what's going on.
And Penn, I do understand to your point. You know, you got your money guys being in and out of the lineup. That's going to be detrimental because again, those probably are your better players. All right, I can definitely get with that. However, Jordan,
but it doesn't matter with Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't know that was a stat. Like if you hurt and my seventh man is hurt, like Isaiah Stewart in Detroit. I ain't thinking about what Isaiah Stewart is on the books for. I'm not. I'm thinking about the fact that he's one of the best dirty work guys. And the
that's
fact
probably
that
a stat for anything, Chill. I'm not gonna lie. If you think, could there be a stat for this? That's probably a stat for it.
Chill, fellas. We in the fast breakdown and we talking about stats for money.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't
we about to. Let's get to the next game.
Welcome to the
panel. Y'all find all this shit. That's
real. I did not.
Speaking of teams that are decimated from injury. The next game is the Los Angeles Clippers, ironically, and the Philadelphia 76ers, ironically. But speaking of injury, there has been some things that have happened with both teams. One negative, one positive. So to talk about the game first, the Los Angeles Clippers lost to the Philadelphia 76ers by a score of 108-110. The Clippers are now 4-10, and the Sixers are now 8-5. However, the Clippers just had some bad injury luck to go along with their bad injury luck. Derrick Jones Jr., I think it was a sprained knee. Mm-hmm. He's out like 6 weeks, right? So he will be out for the foreseeable future. And then you have Paul George that came back and made his season debut for the Sixers. Before we get into that, in this game, James Harden had 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, but he shot 7 for 25. And that was really about it for the Clippers. Zubac, 14 points, 13 rebounds. On the other end, Paul George in his season debut had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 2 of 9 from the field, played 21 minutes. First game back, shaking off the rust. Shout out to the best rebounder ever, Andre Drummond, 18 rebounds, 14 points.
Made a 3.
Tyrese Maxey made a 3. He went
Andre Drummond shoots 3s now. Andre Drummond shoots 3s.
Yeah, I know. Me and Chill was on the playback and he shot one of the motherfuckers. So
Andre Drummond just shoots 3s now. So
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to the
cleans glass too, by the way. He 100.
For sure.
Glass,
for sure.
He's still cleaning glass.
That motherfucker can shoot a 3 before he make a free throw. You know how he is though. It is.
Hey man, Andre Drummond turned himself into a good free throw shooter now. Like man, good then, but like better.
Yeah, better free throw shooter, sure.
Yeah, back in the day, he was like 30%.
Yeah, I think statistically he was the worst, with the exception of Ben.
Worst in NBA history.
No, I think he was worse than Ben Wallace. Like you're looking like his first 5 years in the league. I think he was the worst free throw shooter like
in ever. NBA history. He was.
Yeah, like him and like Chris Dudley maybe.
Which is kind of crazy too, because he was also Ron. I think the word you were looking for is coincidentally
38% from the line. By the way,
remember this, Penn. Remember this, Penn, because what you do is just said that how bad he was as a free throw shooter. Do you know that if Andre Drummond would have stayed in Detroit at the rate that he was going, he was on pace to be a part of the 20,000 point, 20,000 rebound club. Just want to put that on you.
That makes sense. He was averaging like 17 and 17.
Yeah, no,
he was on pace to do that.
Andre Drummond was like that for real. I ain't taking nothing from him. I just had no idea what he was going to talk about. I just had no idea he was going to transition to a knockdown corner specialist. But
that is going on. That 100% going on. But the question that I have for you guys is because I'm watching that Clipper game last night. Boy, that piano looking really heavy on James Harden back nowadays, doesn't it? It looked like it's getting bigger and bigger. I mean, he was carrying it.
James Harden's piano or Giannis's piano? Who's gonna crumble first?
James Harden.
Well, James Harden, because of the age and the fact that he's not as good as Giannis. Okay. So his piano may be slightly lighter, but he's not as strong.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So he ain't put together.
He gonna crumble under that piano, like him.
But y'all was talking about missed fouls earlier. Did y'all see that missed foul for James Harden?
Yeah, he definitely was in his landing space, Ox. Yes, he was.
He was in his landing space. Hit that elbow too.
He was definitely.
I thought it was a foul, but I didn't.
I mean, I'm not really. The game's over, so I don't really do that. Like the refs missed a lot more than that throughout the basketball game.
Yeah,
I was just bringing it up just to talk.
I know we're in a breakdown, Ron. Really quickly, I'm really digging how Tyrese Maxey is a lot. I mean, as fast as he plays, he's much more in control coming off screens, getting downhill. Like before when he would play DHO with Joel Embiid, there was a lot of indecisiveness. He looks like he's a lot calmer. He looks like the game is slowing down for him. He looks like he handles contact a lot better when he gets to the rim. I even like that. I even like when he's shooting that step back. It just looks a lot more fluid. And I like what I'm seeing from Tyrese Haliburton. He looks fantastic, no doubt about it.
Maxey. I like everything about Tyrese Maxey, apart from the fact,
I'm sorry.
He's isolating way too much, and I think that's probably just a coaching thing. Like that's the one weakness in his game is his isolation stuff. He's still not going to be great at creating easy looks for himself in isolation. And then to close games, Philly just ends up going to Tyrese Maxey isolations. I watched it against Boston where he was trying to isolate Jordan Walsh. Didn't work. He was just getting shut down. And this season he's 0.7 points per possession in isolation, 19th percentile. Like, just we need to give up on the Tyrese Maxey isolations. He's great in pick and roll. He's great in transition. He's great in like every other way you can use him other than isolation, and yet they use him in isolation a lot. That's the only beef I have with how they're using him. Everything else,
because aesthetically, Mars, it looks with watching him aesthetically, it looks like he should be a really good isolation player. It should be one dribble go. It should be between the legs or cross go because of how fast and how athletic he is. But unfortunately, he doesn't look like he's reading the defense, especially guys in front of him who give, like last night, I watched Chris Dunn give him some room, and instead of him getting Chris Dunn to close on him a little bit by shooting that jump shot, he's attacking Chris Dunn and basically attacking Chris Dunn right in his chest, and it's not helping his isolation game. I'm trying to make sense of why he isn't a better isolation player than he should be.
I personally like Maxey as an isolation player.
But I like him coming off those screens, Ron. I don't like him one-on-one. Like when I clean the whole left side of the floor out, I don't like him there. But I do like him in DHO. I do like that.
Yeah, you give him an advantage, he'll be great. But if you're asking him to create an advantage from a standstill, I just don't think that's his game, and it doesn't need to be his game. Like my beef with Maxey, like back maybe 2 seasons ago now, was this isolation stuff. But like just watching him more, it's like, yeah, he's not good at that, but he doesn't need to be. Like you're not gonna have, to Ox's point, you can't just build perfect basketball players. Maxey has one flaw, and it's that he's not gonna create many advantages from a standstill against good defenders. But if he's so good in dribble handoff, so good in pick and roll, so good at getting downhill in transitions, shoots the ball so well,
just keep doing that.
The one flaw in his game, like, cool, I guess he's not perfect. He can't be Shea in isolation on top of that. Cool, but he's so good at everything else. Just keep the isolation stuff to a minimum.
Just keep doing
the issue is they're ramping it up, especially to close games, and you're seeing the struggles. I think it's just he doesn't have, like, he's really fast north-south, but like east-west, he doesn't have a whole bunch of wiggle, and he's gonna end up going to a step back. Like that's just what he's gonna do. And like he's not the greatest mid-range scorer, so he's like it's either downhill or to three. But in isolation, he's gonna shoot a lot of step back jumpers, and he's just not that great in the mid-range shooting step back jumpers. But that's really the only thing he can get to reliably. So it's just like, just stop doing it as much. That would be it.
Quick, too, we didn't talk about it. Tyrese Maxey had 39 points last night, 6 assists, 13 for 27 from the field in 40 minutes. He got busy last night, and it's just adding on to what he's been doing all season. Tyrese Maxey has been nothing short of spectacular.
Ron, the thing I'm concerned with, and I'm probably in the minority, I don't know if you guys noticed, but James Harden cracked the 28,000 point mark yesterday. And I think he's going to pass Carmelo Anthony and Shaq this season for top 10 all time in points. I think he's going to crack the 30,000 point mark within the next 2 years. With that being said, like, how are we going to talk about James Harden? Because just so you guys know, Ron, it's only 7 guys. I think I want to say 7 or 8 guys that have scored 30,000 points. And I think James Harden is going to be one of those guys. But I don't think that we're going to talk about James Harden like we should as a bucket getter. I don't. I think he's just going to be.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I think that's what you're going to talk about him for.
How do you want to talk about him?
See, I don't think so, Jordan. I think people are going to focus more on the fact that he didn't win. That's what I think people are going to focus on.
I mean, Allen Iverson didn't win, but at the same time, we talk about Allen Iverson as a bucket getter. I mean, that's just going to come with the territory. I mean, it's just part of it. But you're going to talk about James Harden getting bucket. This man averaged 37 points a game one season. Like, what are we doing?
History will be kinder to James Harden than the present was. That's kind of how it goes when you're a player who didn't win. Like, history is going to kind of not forget the bad playoff moments, but they're gonna hype up him bringing that Demon Warriors team to 7 games. They're gonna bring up the average in 36 points per game. Like, that's gonna be what he's remembered for more than the 11. I think it's just like I think it's just how it goes with most guys who didn't win things. Like Charles Barkley is remembered fondly. 32 as a basketball player is remembered quite fairly. Now the off the court stuff, whatever.
Don't forget Melo
Dominique Wilkins is remembered fondly. Melo definitely gets more respect now than he did while he was still trying to get back in the NBA. Russell Westbrook, I think, will also be remembered more fondly than he is currently. Kind of history is kinder to people than what they got when they were playing.
I think they neglect Harden's passing though. Like, you're gonna see Harden.
That's the other thing too, Jordan.
They're gonna neglect how good of a passer he was. Like, he's a top 10 passer of all time for sure. So I think they're going to
top 10 all time
for sure. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So
I would have him in the conversation for sure.
Nah,
there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys in that list that scored a whole bunch of points that just didn't win, and a lot of them. It just depends on when you catch up with those guys. So for instance, like a guy like Russell Westbrook, I don't think he'll be remembered as fondly as a guy like James Harden or Carmelo, just because a lot of the people nowadays, like the youngsters, they really kind of catching the back end of Russ. And I don't think everybody that's going to be talking about it in the next 10, 15 years are going to remember pre-2020 Russ. You know what I mean? And
maybe don't remember. The basketball reference will remember for them. That's what's going to happen. Because they're going to see 4 triple-doubles in 5 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They don't need to see
Jason Kidd. A lot of younger our generation kind of caught the back end of Jason Kidd career, really, and we give Jason Kidd the love for sure. Like, nobody. Jason Kidd wasn't that when he was playing with the Knicks or the Mavericks. You know what I mean? But we still show Jason Kidd the love. I just think that just happens, over time.
Jason Kidd played with the Knicks. He had an 8-game streak where he didn't score a bucket. But with that being said, so Drenchy, yeah, that happened, Drenchy. So with that being said, so Drenchy, James Harden Joker, yes or no? As a distributor.
Oh, a passer? Oh.
As a distributor.
James Harden.
James Harden, John Stockton.
James Harden, come on. I'll need James Harden for that one too. James Harden's better passer than both.
James Harden, Magic
Johnson.
James Harden, Chris Paul. James Harden, Jason Kidd.
J Kidd.
James Harden, Rondo. I think I'm at like 5 or 6 right now.
James Harden,
Steve Nash. You forgot to ask Steve Nash.
I was about to say James was next, actually. James Harden, James.
LeBron James?
Yes, sir.
LeBron James.
James Harden, Steve Nash.
James Harden.
Steve Nash.
I'm not thinking about guys like Andre Miller, right? I'm not thinking about guys like Andre Miller, right? I ain't thinking about Tim Hardaway.
You ain't thinking about Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson, right?
They're gonna be James Harden.
Wow, man.
Larry Bird,
Jerry West, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen. I mean, these are guys I'm thinking about.
What about Luka?
Contributors.
James Harden. Why y'all be doing this for James Harden? That'd be so like. All right, Pam, I want to ask you a question because you scoffed at it. Why is Jokic a better passer than James Harden?
Oh wow!
I don't know if we got time for this.
No,
Yeah,
we got
control the show, Ron.
Yes, we do got time for
I
this.
Oh, it's controlled. Hey, put this motherfucker in park. Go ahead.
This is no longer the fast breakdown. Hey, change the banner around.
Why is Luka a better passer? I mean, not Luka. Shit, Luka too, but I don't know.
Joker. Let's stay with Joker.
Better passer than James
No, Jay. Let's stay with Joker. Let's stay with Joker.
Why is Joker a better passer than James
I can't believe you said James Harden better passer than Steve Nash. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know why you can't believe it. You know I
No,
said
but I thought you just didn't respect Nash in like the other areas. I didn't know you was just missing the
I
passing
just think
too.
James Harden's a better passer.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.